you're currently working on a goal right now, and it could be anything. It could be you trying to reach a specific designation at your job. It could be you trying to run a business, trying to master a craft, trying to achieve X amount of dollars in monthly profit. It could be anything. And if for achieving that goal you require the help of a specific person, then there should be zero hesitance on your part to approach that person for help. And I'll tell you why, because this sounds like a very simple fact that if you need help, just approach the person. But there are those amongst us who are very afraid of what happens if you approach a person for help. They're afraid of being rejected. They're afraid of the door being shut on their face. They're afraid of the person stealing their ideas, right, and copying them. Uh, and all of this, like all of this mental chatter, leads to you avoiding taking the step of approaching the person in the first place. So you just convince your own self that no, like these are the things that could happen. The person could just walk away from me. I could be mocked for my ideas. I could be copied, and or my ideas could be stolen from. The person will just say no, it will spoil the relationship, and you don't approach the person, and you just try to wander, trying to think of different routes to approach your goal. But here's the thing. Let us talk about a very relativistic time frame, right? So this entire thing is about you focusing and trying to achieve your goal in a period of 6 months. So what defines success within that time frame? So if from now to like look fast forward 6 months down the line, if you achieve your goal, if you achieve your whatever it is you're trying to achieve, then that obviously is you achieving success. But if you do not achieve your goal, does that mean failure? If you do not achieve your goal, and just ask yourself the question that within the 6 months that I was given, did I do everything that was in my power to achieve my goal? Did I have every single uncomfortable conversation? Did I walk down the difficult path? Did I do things that were not comfortable for me? If the answer for that is yes, then you're still successful because you gave it your best. You did whatever you could to achieve your goal, and you couldn't. So different paths will open up for you. That is again down the line, past the 6 months, past the time frame you're talking about. But if you look back and the answer to that is no, I did not do this one thing because it made me uncomfortable, because I convinced myself that it couldn't be done. I convinced myself that there could be negative outcomes in talking to a specific person, and I did not pursue that route. You know, I did everything else. I did marketing, I did the building, I developed my own software, I put in 1,000 hours, whatever. But the part about approaching a person for help, for guidance, for money, for a partnership, that's something I just skipped. Then you failed because you could achieve something, right? But based on your own convictions, you just assumed you would fail, and you did. So let us talk about success. Until from now to 6 months down the line, just focus on you achieving your goal, right? In terms of just understand the context of what I'm talking about here. So until you have achieved your goal, nothing else matters. And not to put it crudely, but you shouldn't be ashamed of anything until you have achieved that goal, because no one ever blamed a software engineer for approaching investors. No one ever laughed or mocked the actor who was sleeping on a bus bench prior to becoming famous, right? Because he achieved success. Because down the line, people will only look at that metric. Oh, he's so skillful. Oh, he became a vice president at the job he was working at. He's a really good singer. He's running his own business. He has a fancy car, whatever. Because they won't care about what you do now, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or even 2 months down the line. They won't care. They will forget because they have their own lives that they're leading. But you will know after you have achieved whatever it is you wanted to achieve that thank God I approached that person for help. Thank God I asked for help. Thank God I asked for guidance. Thank God I asked for that investment. Thank God I asked for that partnership, right? Because what could happen is like they could either say yes, which is a net positive for you. They could say no, which is also a net positive for you because then you could move on to asking help from other people. And another scenario is instead of saying no, they just understand the fact that you need help and they could redirect you to a different person who could probably prove to be a much better partner, a much better mentor, right? A much better investor. So from now to 6 months down the line, or until you achieve whatever it is you have set out to achieve, don't be ashamed of anything. Don't be ashamed about asking for help. You won't look needy. You won't look like someone who's lacking something. You'll just be the person determined to achieve whatever it is they want to achieve, and you will get it. Don't be ashamed of asking for help because help is what made people successful, right? It sounds kind of corny, like hearing back the words I just said, but yeah, don't be ashamed of asking for help. If you need help, go to people. Be like, don't be ashamed. Just slide into DMs, ask them whatever it is you want. If you know them personally, just approach them and tell them whatever it is you want them to help you with, right? Obviously legal. And yeah, and that is the metric, like doing whatever it is that you could have. That is the metric of success, the true metric of success. All the best.